Hey guys, CWAZYMAN 4268,
And the rain 1-2.
and we're going to be just talking about random stuff about
Yeah.
gaming, most likely.
I mean,
And
that is the point.
we don't plan to sync up our game audio with this.
So, if you hear us raging, it'll be because of injustice, most likely.
Reselect your character.
Okay.
Green Lantern. Aries.
Press A on a map, just any map.
So, what's our first topic?
Bethesda. When you think Fallout 4 is going to be, what you want.
Well, Bethesda is having their own conference at E3 in June. First they've ever had. And I really think that they will announce something new from Bethesda Game Studios. We haven't heard anything since Skyrim. So, it's either going to be Fallout 4, Elder Scrolls 6, God forbid, or a new IP. I look forward to Fallout 4 or a new IP. Got enough Elder Scrolls for now.
Begin.
That's my opinion. I really think they're going to have Fallout 4 there. Or something Fallout related.
Or maybe they could announce both
Both what?
Elder Scrolls and Fallout.
That would be a lot of work on their part.
Yeah, but have Fallout announced first.
Although, you're not completely wrong. Because New Vegas was not made by Bethesda, just published. So they could have handed over Fallout to another developer. Just like they did with New Vegas. Completely possible.
Yep. So also we have, I guess the Master Chief Collection is kind of pretty much fixed now. We don't have gold, so we can't really test that.
I don't think that thing will ever be fixed completely.
Yeah. See, the thing is, you have the original games with their original bugs.
I don't know how I turned it. Sorry. Continue.
I think you pressed B. I'm not quite sure. Do your thing.
Yeah.
No, it's your special move. You want to see it?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Okay.
God. Oh God.
Oh, that's a lot of arrows.
Oh.
That's awesome. Okay. You were saying?
What was I talking about? I was talking about Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that basically, since they added so many games in there, they started from scratch, and all those games have their original bugs. That's why some of the games were hard to get online. Halo 3 has always had a problem with online campaign. For some reason, I don't know why. It's been like that forever, I guess. And then the original Halo, I guess, was not the best at matchmaking. But I definitely like the idea of what they were going for, having one interface, and
It could have been done cleaner if they had more time.
right. I guess
If they would have went for a 15th anniversary instead, it would have been a better idea.
Yeah. Cool. And then they're doing Halo 3 ODST. They're adding that in, which
Just the campaign.
just the campaign. Firefight, in my opinion, is what made that game special. And yeah, hopefully they add in Firefight.
I
But
want
what
to
is
see how it works, because ODST had a different setup from the other games.
yeah, and it would be definitely interesting to see how they go about it in the future, because they're also giving us a new Halo 2 anniversary map that's on an island, and it looks really cool based on the concept art we've seen.
Favorite character.
Yeah.
Aries.
So
Aries.
I guess what it seems like they're going for is basically eventually we're going to get all the Halo games on one disc, which is not bad. In my opinion, I wish they would have just stuck to Halo 2 Anniversary, because they're taking away what made the 360 so special.
I agree completely. I think Halo 2 Anniversary should have been standalone, just like the Halo 1 Anniversary. Only they could have remastered all the multiplayer maps, and then have that Halo 2 graphics switch deal they have.
Yeah.
I honestly would enjoy that more than the MCC because I don't like the 360 personally that much, but it's taking away everything it had.
Exactly. And it's gonna suck if they do the same thing with Gears of War. Not that that's bad. I mean, we would all love to see Gears of War remastered, but just maybe 20 years from now. Yeah. So,
Okay, what do we expect from Microsoft at E3?
hopefully some HoloLens stuff. That'd be interesting.
Oh yeah, HoloLens Xbox support,
Right.
which it's not even really Windows 10 supported yet, so...
If you haven't seen HoloLens or even heard of it, we'll have a link down in the description to a Microsoft video link, and it's really interesting because you can, oh my gosh,
I don't know how I did that. Button mashing right now.
yeah, button mashing. Be interesting because basically you bring everything into reality, and what Sony's doing with Morpheus, it looks like they're putting you in the game
I think
versus
HoloLens will be better though.
versus HoloLens bringing stuff from from the game into real life.
Another beef I have with Morpheus really is it looks too big. Kind of like the Oculus. HoloLens looks like just a pair of glasses, really. Big pair of glasses, don't get me wrong, but it's smaller.
Yeah. Don't get us wrong. We don't have a problem with both of them. It just seems like HoloLens would be a lot more easier. And believe us, we're not fanboys. We both own PlayStation and Xbox. Nate has actually owned the PS4 at one point.
But
Yeah.
again,
Yeah, well, again, I plan to get Bloodborne. Bloodborne looks really good. I think it's made by the same developer that made Dark Souls.
yeah, it is.
Right.
I don't know if Sony bought them or they're just doing this. I don't really know what Namco Bandai is doing, but good job.
Also, Titanfall 2 confirmed for another platform.
I
Not
just bonked
surprised.
you on the head. Your minigun went away.
I'm not surprised that Titanfall 2 will make it to the PS4 at all.
It was kind of a financial failure for Respawn, really. I mean, they sold, but not as much as they could have.
Right. And the game itself, gameplay-wise, excellent. Customization-wise, poor. And definitely would love to see a campaign.
Oh yeah, single-player campaign. One playable offline.
Yeah, that would definitely be interesting.
I'm not saying make it exactly like Call of Duty, but take a play from their book.
Do you want to switch games or no?
Do one more match.
Okay. Arkham Knight got an M rating instead of a teen.
Really?
Yeah, so it's going to be.
That's different for an Arkham game.
Yeah, definitely seems like it's going to be a darker tone. I'll be Insurgent. Batman.
Batman.
Yeah.
What about Phantom Dust? We saw that at 2013. We haven't heard anything since.
I know we're just now getting Quantum Break. Yeah.
There are a lot of things we got at E3 2013 that didn't come true.
One thing that has me confused, Sony struck a deal with Capcom to make the new Street Fighter make it stay off of Xbox, but no, it gets PC. I can understand why Xbox and PC...
This has been done before by both companies.
Right, but I can understand why Xbox and PC, they share games. They do it with Fable, and it just doesn't make sense for me to see...
How do I do that?
Press B.
I'm not pressing B. I've not pressed B once.
Oh, that didn't work. Anyway, it makes more sense for Microsoft to do it because Microsoft, PC,
Money.
yeah, money. And then I think it's cool that they're bringing Xbox to Windows 10. I don't even think you need your console on, do
That's
you?
the part that I don't like. Windows 10 PC users don't have to pay for Xbox Live, but they get to play with us.
Yeah.
That's the part that really bothers me.
One thing that's gonna bother me if the streaming feature is required with gold, that's gonna bother me. Yeah.
At least they let us stream Netflix without gold now.
Yeah. And YouTube and Hulu.
That was annoying.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Oh, I'm doing exactly what you want me to do. Crap. Okay, what are we gonna see from Sony?
Hopefully some
I really don't have anything I really want to see from Sony. Just give us something good.
Infamous First Light looked good. I know that's
Their
actually been a
stream-
while.
They have a stream of exclusives that have been good, to my knowledge, so.
Yeah. New God of War. Pretty cool.
Well, they have a new Uncharted, so it's not possible.
New Uncharted graphically looks pretty cool.
It's a Naughty Dog game.
Well, yeah, I mean... Didn't get me. Oh, no.
We're still gonna win anyway. Anyway, yeah, Naughty Dog's all good. Santa Monica, I think, helped make the order, so they could start development on a new God of War.
Last of Us 2?
Last of Us 2, I very much doubt, but I would like to see it nevertheless.
Continuation of the franchise.
Maybe different characters. Joel and Ellie are good, don't get me wrong, but the universe is so expansive, we could see different characters. Kind of like The Walking Dead.
Okay, switch game. We're gonna be switching games now. And
Hey guys, we're back.
yeah, we switched games. We're gonna have to cut the blank audio part and the gameplay up. We switched to Black Ops 2 Nuketown because I have always wanted to get to round 25 on the original difficulty. But
Will we do it? Maybe.
Maybe.
If I get an M27 and an LMG. Anyway. So,
Should we turn up the brightness?
I think you should turn off your light.
Okay. Nice.
Okay. As you guys probably know, GTA Heist have come out, and everybody's excited. The thing about it is, I've played very little, and I don't think you've played at all.
No, I have not because I ran out of gold and got grounded.
I ran out of gold. Oh, Microsoft. Anyway,
But from your experience, what have you?
I had a personal experience of Heist being great, because I got invited to a match that already had all the setup missions done.
Exactly.
But when you're doing the setup missions online and you try to get somebody to join, it's terrible. Setup missions are understandable while they're there, so you just don't get rich automatically, but oh my god.
Oh my god.
There are so many and you don't get any money from them.
Ah.
That's my opinion of Heist. It's a good thought and they did it okay.
Did they live up
But-
to the hype?
No.
No. Okay. Just like Titanfall and all the other disappointments of
Oh,
2014.
it was not as disappointing as Titanfall. GTA 5 in itself is,
A miracle.
yeah.
God, die.
Anyway. What's next on the agenda?
Last gen, should we get rid of it? Or do you think that they can push out maybe 2 more years max?
I think, honestly, what's gonna happen is Microsoft's gonna quit next year and Sony the year after. I think that's gonna happen, but
For game-wise or for service?
Microsoft both, Sony game-wise. We've seen them keep the PS2 alive for a lot of years. I think they'll try to do
Reload.
similar with the PS3.
So basically when we mean service, we mean Xbox Live for the 360
PSN,
and
etc.
PSN, yeah. Basically, for all the original Xbox gamers, what sucked for them was that they're completely dependent on somebody else to use their internet, which can be a plus. A plus meaning you can have certain features, and you run the risk of not getting hacked, or you have a less risk of getting hacked. But in 2010, Microsoft shut down the original Xbox servers, and as a result, a lot of people got ticked off. And I guess to redeem themselves, there was the Master Chief Collection, which allowed Halo 2 users to play Halo 2 once again.
How many of those original fans actually have an Xbox One, though? That's the question.
Yeah.
And how many of them forked over $60 to get games they already had?
Exactly. But if there was an alternate way to actually play it online on any 7th gen and 6th gen console, it's called X-Link Kai. Definitely a good. You should definitely support it. There's like 2 million accounts made, and there are at least 500 people that play per day.
They could use the support and the members.
Exactly. It's definitely.
And if you guys do that, hopefully in the future the software will be easier to use. Me personally, I'm handicapped when it comes to that software.
Right. Basically, what you need is a computer, Ethernet cord, and an internet connection, and the software on the computer. What you can do is you can system link through the internet and play any game system link capable. But you have to have that system. That's the thing.
Hold on, pause real quick. I gotta change my sensitivity here. Okay.
So I definitely think that the PS3 and the behind you, man, the 360 can definitely push at least 2 more years of games.
I vote 1.
Because what we're seeing with them doing with Middle Earth, I'm surprised that made it over, and Hardline. If the developers are truly good at what they do, they'll do it, and they'll do it right.
Well, in Titanfall's case, Respawn didn't make the 360 version. Wasn't it Bluepoint?
Bluepoint made the port.
That's what Advanced Warfare did. They got an exterior studio to make the port. If they keep on watering down the games and letting exterior studios handle it, I'm kind of fine with it. If people are willing to pay $60 for a watered down version, which if you don't have a new gen, I understand, but it's time to get the program. It's been out for about almost 2 years.
Don't get me wrong, we still love the last gen consoles.
I
If you
think
don't have
they've
the
pumped
money-
out their life. They're
Yeah.
worth the money.
Yeah, and if you don't have the money, we feel bad for you. And if the service gets shut down while you still use it, Skype and X-Link Kai if you have friends. For games like GTA and Battlefield, you're kind of screwed because those run on personal servers and there's no system link. So, yeah. Hopefully, if they're smart, they'll come out with a patch that allows us to just use the regular internet connection, kind of like the Wii.
Honestly think they'll let us keep the services with the video streaming and stuff,
Opening up the door.
but no online gameplay. I think that's what's going to happen to both.
Eventually.
They're going to let us continue using them as streaming devices, but as far as games, we won't be able to play them anymore.
Here's something that kind of ticked me off a little bit. In 2012, I got my Halo 4 limited edition 360. E3. E3 2014. That's when they announced Master Chief Collection. You're up. Gosh, man.
Okay, anyway.
Oh my God! No. What am I doing?
God.
Goodbye, world.
Anyway,
Sorry, a little stressed out. What was I talking about?
E3 something.
Yeah, so when they announced Master Chief Collection, I was like, yeah, it's cool, but it kind of leaves my Halo 4 360 sitting there in shame.
Which only came out a year earlier.
2014, that's when Master Chief Collection was announced. But yeah,
Still, 2013, all that is. Anyway.
do multiplayer.
Next on the agenda. Is Hardline worth the money? We don't know. Next agenda.
No, actually, Hardline, I think, definitely, when EA shows a demo, we're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be the next best one. Me personally, I do think Hardline. I think it looks worth it. It's kind of like Heist, but more extreme. You know what I mean?
I think there's only one studio, and this is not a fanboy comment, this is the honest truth. The only studio that really, the games look as good as the E3 demos is Sony's. The Last of Us, Infamous Second Son, they all looked like they did at E3. EA, I don't have that much faith in. The Hardline demo looked good, I played it, but it's just different. It's hard to explain.
What system did you play it on?
Let's say PS4. I played it on the Xbox One.
Okay.
Anyway. The thing that surprised me about Hardline the most is they got Visreal to develop it with DICE's supervision. The thing about that is, Visreal is very different from DICE. They developed Dead Space. And we both know Battlefield and Dead Space are not at all similar. I just think it was an odd choice to get the people that make third-person games to develop Battlefield. It's just an odd choice, EA.
Classes. And press A.
Anyway, what are your thoughts?
On Hardline?
Yeah, EA news.
EA, you are just so dominant. It's kind of,
You're the Disney of video games.
I guess, yeah. Let's talk about.
Battlefront.
Okay, I have nothing.
Oh.
I don't know anything about that. Go ahead,
Star Wars Battlefront.
talk about it.
Okay. Surprised you don't know about it. It's DICE's new Star Wars game. Because everybody should know Disney handed over the license to EA.
Surprisingly.
So expect a lot of Star Wars games and a lot of Star Wars movies.
I would talk about movies, but that's not really gaming related unless you.
Lost Boys Entertainment.
If we ever become rich, yeah, that'll happen.
Chef and a guy that works at a comic book store. We're gonna get rich.
Totally, man.
Anyway.
Yep. Okay, guys, we had to pause for a second, but we're back.
Anyway,
and,
here's some Black Ops 2 multiplayer.
yeah, and basically, you won't notice the pauses because I'll cut all that out. And yeah, so basically, we're going to be talking about Assassin's Creed Victory. Victory, setting-wise, looks great, but we also thought the same thing about Unity. And setting-wise, Unity is great. However, we were thinking we would get to be a part of the French Revolution.
We thought we would be revolutionaries, and all we got was a love story, basically.
Pretty much, which wasn't an entirely bad love story, except when you kill off your female lead.
Anyway,
Spoilers.
Victory.
Yeah, Victory. Ubisoft, you did okay with Unity. Not the best.
Beautiful world.
Yeah.
Paris is nice.
Paris is definitely nice, but Brotherhood was a great game. 2 was better, but Brotherhood was still pretty great. What I was hoping is, I was going to get a new Brotherhood, and since this was taking place in, I guess, Ubisoft's home, I was expecting another iteration.
Well, to be
Assassin's Creed.
fair, I don't know if you know this, Ubisoft Montreal developed it, and they're a Canadian company.
Yeah. But I was just...
Ubisoft itself is French. I get what you mean.
Yeah. So, with Unity, customization-wise, great. Microtransactions, go die.
Why do... I understand the money problem, but you're rich enough. You don't need to add in
Yeah,
micros.
heists definitely give you enough, but you don't want to keep replaying heists
Anyway,
over and
this
over.
is not a Unity review.
Yeah, but what we want to see, basically, from the next Assassin's Creed game is a solid frame rate. That's the big one. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PS4 people especially.
Yeah. I am dying.
Solid frame rate. A good story. Something that actually involves what's happening.
Right.
French Revolution did not really have that much to do with Unity. Anyway, not a review.
What Assassin's Creed 2 was great about is it was Ezio trying to avenge his family, but he had a purpose, and then as he grew up, we got to see Ezio grow up and evolve into a better man and then understand him over the course of the Ezio trilogy, which was great to see. And when we got Connor, we kind of got just this dull character with the same history as
The thing
Ezio.
that made AC3 was the setting.
Yeah, but
America.
yeah, but that after you beat the game, it really wasn't the
And
same.
his hairdo bothered me.
Yeah. And everybody, I guess, just dies around you if you continue the homestead missions. And
Killers was pretty cool.
it gets really boring once you reach a certain point in the game. But when you're first beginning and you're first playing the game, you're like, yeah, this is great. But once you beat it and you have completed some side missions, that's really all there is to offer besides the multiplayer. And the multiplayer was great. It's the same multiplayer they've stuck with.
I was going to say, AC multiplayer is not my forte.
Yeah, but it's they've added new customization with it, but then they got rid of that in Unity, which I would have loved if they kept both of the multiplayers.
Especially with the customization they had going on.
Yeah, but microtransactions still.
Co-op missions, I also was very, very, very excited for.
Exactly.
And they executed them very poorly.
Yeah, basically,
How did that happen?
what had happened was, at their demos, they looked great, yeah. I don't know if this is just because me and Nate just play them with the two of us, and it's because mostly we just roam around, but when we do heists, we try to do them, but they're just so hard, and then,
At least there's not a bunch of setup missions, am I right?
yeah, and you have to infiltrate, I guess, certain parts, and you have to save people, but the world is just so big, and then some people don't have a problem with this. Nate, I think you will have a problem with this topic, but the running mechanics, they were just so much easier in Black Flag.
I thought they were the best in Unity, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, I know you like controlled descent, but there was controlled descent in Black Flag. It just wasn't as easy.
You're just used to the old controls. That's what I think it is.
Well,
They're
other
very...
than that, and then just my character just feels a lot more stiff. If you've
That's the animations problem. I will agree with you. The animations are a little bit stiff. Anyway, not a Unity review. How did this happen? Victory.
Yeah, Victory. Customization was great in what is it, Unity, but in Victory, what we would like to see is customizing, I guess, individual parts of the armor you get, and definitely.
You know what I think would be best for Victory?
What?
Very not gonna happen, but make your own assassin.
Oh, yeah.
They already gave us the customization part. Let us make our own character.
And in present day, we kind of have that set up two ways, because in Black Flag, you're playing as somebody different, in Rogue, you're playing as somebody different, and in Unity, you're playing as somebody different, and you don't get a look at your character whatsoever.
I think they could pull this off, because if you take a page from Bethesda's book and partly Saints Row, you could make a decent character. Lets you choose your voice, what your clothes are like, change them in the game, obviously, and what your face looks like.
Exactly. They've done games that do this, like fighting games like Soul Calibur, do a great job at it, especially with customization.
I think, as far as facial customization, they should take it from Bethesda Game Studios' book. Skyrim, especially.
Yeah, but Skyrim didn't really have a voice thing.
I'm saying, they just need to take different pages.
Right.
We're asking Ubisoft for a lot in the customization, but I think it would be worth it in the end.
Okay. Nate, what do you want from Fallout 4?
Fallout 4. Oh my god.
Let's begin.
Fallout New Vegas was pretty much an overhaul of Fallout 3. Mechanics, almost everything was the same. Although New Vegas lets you actually aim with your gun. That was nice. But I want something that is great, but not overwhelming.
I would love a sprint. I would love a sprint.
Yeah, Jack wants a sprint button. He can't stand New Vegas because of this. Skyrim player.
More power armor. That's something I want to see.
Make power armor easier to become of. We don't want it just given to us, but in New Vegas you had to go with the Brotherhood. 3, the same story.
Cars.
But yeah, that's a big topic actually, because in Fallout 2, point and click game with a huge map, you got a car, and it's a post-nuclear game where cars are rare and everything, and I get it, but it seems like you'd be able to fix up a highwayman or something. And Bethesda Game Studios has the chance to do this because with the PS4 and the Xbox One, we have more computing power now. They can make a bigger map.
Yeah, you saw what they did with the NPCs in Unity, right?
Plus, you got horses in Skyrim. That was a step up.
It wasn't a
The
car,
horse-
but it was something.
Horses in Oblivion were not horses. They were awful.
There was something else. Those aren't horses. There's something else.
Anyway. Overall main wish list for Fallout 4. Many people are going to hate this, but I want vehicles, a big map, a decent story.
Customization of vehicles. I know it wouldn't be that much, but still.
This is no GTA. This is post-nuke, bro.
Yeah, I know, but it's still possible, right?
I'd just be happy with the car.
Modifications to your car. You could add
That's a
modifications
little bit
to
better. You get to mod weapons. Anyway. What I'd like to see in an overall list. Better graphics, obviously. Because 3 in New Vegas were the same. I would like to see cars in a bigger map. I would also like to see a decent story with a good location. My personal opinion, I love the city, Seattle. Interplay had concept art for this, for a Fallout MMO. I know, you, right? But they had good concept art of the area. I think as far as the story goes, they could put the Brotherhood of Steel around the Space Needle or something. I don't know.
Would there be... Oh, I had an idea. This would never happen, but it would be cool.
What?
Let's say in Fallout, there's a, I guess, mad scientist trying to create a portal to another dimension. Now let's say in...
Where are you going with this?
Hold on. Let's say in Skyrim, they're
Oh,
trying
God.
to do the same thing with spells. Let's
You want them to combine the universes.
let's have an open book here. What
The
if
Dovahkiin versus the Courier.
what if Fallout met Skyrim?
Well, one of them would die. The Dovahkiin versus the Courier, a fat man versus a shout.
Oh, I mean, not only would it, they would both benefit from everything. People in Fallout, fresh water, right? Tech for...
No. Let's
no,
just move
no,
on.
come on, it was an interesting topic.
It's
I can dream.
This is something that shouldn't happen, but would be every nerd's fantasy if they loved Bethesda.
Exactly.
Jack would
Wha-
have a sprint button, and
Whi-
I would
while
have a
you're at it-
Dovahkiin
While you're at
wastes.
it, let's put Evil Within and Wolfenstein in there.
That'd be a good crossover, actually. Nazis and monsters.
You opened up a portal to another dimension!
That's freaking Japanese.
Well, Evil Within is a Japanese game, right?
Tango game works out, yeah. Takes place in America.
America.
Anyway,
Japanese American. Makes total sense.
Fallout 4, we just want basic upgrades, really. Good story, all that stuff. Let's move on. I talked about my Bethesda game. Let's talk about yours. What do you want from the Elder Scrolls 6?
Gosh, there's so much.
I know, right?
Graphically,
We expect so much from Bethesda, and they usually don't deliver.
right. After their disappointment with Elder Scrolls Online, even though that wasn't officially Bethesda, no, but
Bethesda Game Studios had nothing to do with that. It was just their IP, and they licensed it, and blah. Anyway.
exactly. Me, in my opinion, I am a stealth type player, so
Yeah.
would definitely love to see Thieves Guild Nightingales in Assassin's Return.
They will. Probably, most likely.
most likely. Werewolves and vampires. I'm all over this. Having assassins, thieves, werewolves, and vampires all in one world. It's like an orgy of nerd stuff
Here's
for me.
what I want. Sorry. Oblivion had all these different guilds, just not the Thieves Guild. They had like the Warriors Guild.
There was a thieves guild. Wasn't there? I think.
No, I'm talking about. I know the Thieves Guild is in Oblivion. I'm talking about Oblivion had all these different guilds, like the Warriors Guild and stuff, which was nice. In Skyrim, we had the what were the companions.
Yeah.
They were similar to the Warriors Guild, but
They just weren't.
it wasn't.
Exactly.
They weren't mercenaries.
And they were werewolves. They were werewolves too. And I don't think you could continue if you didn't become a werewolf.
Just the Elder Scrolls world is so expansive. We just want to see something good. At least I do.
Right.
Your thoughts?
Hopefully in a bigger open world. Hopefully crossing Tamriel with Skyrim. Right?
Skyrim's in Tamriel.
My bad. Combine both of those places. Things, right? You know, have all these different countries, which would never happen.
We want what the Elder Scrolls Online promised it would deliver and did not.
Exactly.
We want all of Tamriel. Skyrim's just the north. Oblivion was just the middle of the country. We want all of it.
Exactly. That's what we want.
I mean, The Witcher is 3 times the size of Skyrim. Witcher 3 coming out?
Yeah.
You would think Bethesda Game Studios would be able to match that with their own world.
I don't know, man. Bethesda's awfully discreet. Trust me, all you Fallout fans.
We get neglected.
That's you hope on false hope.
Fallout 4 is going to take place in the entire wasteland. No, it's not.
We can hope. There's always hope. Let the Blue Lanterns rise.
Wow.
Should we stop? Officially.
What do we want from the next Call of Duty? This will be good.
Oh gosh, I think
I want Advanced Warfare with more laser guns.
this will be fun. Hopefully, an all Treyarch zombie game.
Ew. That would be fun. Like a campaign and all that, but
How about?
almost impossible.
Hold on. Let's put in a mode with regular multiplayer. But we can have zombies come in too and attack them.
Train zombies is a kill streak.
That would be interesting.
That would be very interesting. But we've seen Rick Toffin do it.
And then the team sides would be Richtofen versus Maxis. You got followers on each side.
But in all seriousness, next Call of Duty, I just want improvements. We've been having the same Call of Duty for a while. I don't care if you add in a jetpack. It's still the same formula. We want to break formulas here. That's the entire point of this podcast, really. We want games we're not expecting. We want games that are exceeding our expectations. And it just hasn't happened in a very long time.
It's been generic.
I mean,
Am I right?
if they're not re-releasing games that already came out, they're making games that are so similar to the old ones it feels like we're playing the old ones, right?
Exactly.
So, improvements on the industry as a whole